This video reviews the book Mystic Expressions, an odyssey to exaltation with Ghalib, Iqbal, and Sadequain. Art and literature and culture are the identity of a nation. By all accounts, Sadequain was the finest ambassador of nation's identity. Among his most celebrated artworks are his paintings in which he interpreted the poetry of Ghalib and Iqbal. The only book that has ever been published which has documented Sadequain's interpretative artworks of Ghalib and Iqbal was authored by Dr. Salman Ahmad and published by Sadequain Foundation USA. This video is dedicated to Sadequain's artworks based on Ghalib's poetry. Here is the review of the book. Ghalib is regarded as the most revered of Urdu poets. He composed poetry in Persian and Urdu, but he is most famous for his ghazals written in Urdu. Ghazal, arguably the most popular form of Urdu poetry, conforms to a specific format and in retrospect, predominantly deals with one subject, an expression of anguished and unattainable love. Ghalib, however, redefined its composition and imbued it with philosophical discourse, pondered on the mysteries of the universe, and lamented about the travails of life. He composed ghazals to address many more subjects and vastly expanded the scope of the genre. Ghalib's ghazals have an influence of Sufi mysticism, and therefore, the expression of love can either be interpreted as directed toward a higher being or for a mortal beloved. This expression, in either case, is intended to lift the believer to the ranks of the higher order and provide satisfaction to the soul. In keeping with the traditions of the classical ghazal, the gender of the beloved in most of Ghalib's verses is elusive. It has thus been argued that his ghazals consist mostly of sonnets about eternal love in the traditional sense of the term. In most cases, Ghalib's ghazal was written from the point of view of the hopeless lover whose beloved is portrayed as unapproachable and unattainable. Most often, either the beloved does not reciprocate to the poet's overtures with affection or responds with utter indifference. In other cases, social barriers would not be conducive for the love to bloom. However, the lover stays passionate, accepts his fate, and continues to shower his affection. This tension of unattainable love provides the captivating impetus to the lyrics of the ghazal. To accentuate the intensity, sometimes the lover's hopeless situation is portrayed even through poetically exaggerated violence, expressed by extended metaphors about the arrows of his eyes, and by referring the beloved as a callous assassin. In another form of deviation, Ghalib often digressed from the traditional ghazal metaphors and occasionally questioned old dogmas, which in Ghalib's opinion, result in stagnation of critical thinking. His questioning of the existence of the heaven and hell would be one example of such digression.